Hello. How are you doing today? Hello. I'm gonna be lazy and lean against my wall. Hello. There we go. Hello. How are y'all doing today? Hello, 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 hello. Just got back from a walk. I'm gonna run after this, and I'm excited for it because it's warmer today. Hello, hello, hello. How am I? I'm good. You just bought the book today. Yay! Hard day. Oh, fasting day. 5K run? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a trail run again, so. Bowser is not in the office. He's out of the office today. 76 hours in. Dang. That's a long time. I guess it is doable though, like if you were to go Sunday and then not break on Wednesday and then do it like on Thursday morning. That's what I'm gonna try to do next month. We'll see how it goes. I really want to try to fast the week of my wedding. Finished my first week and I'm down 3 pounds. Congratulations. I'm glad you were able to do it. Oh, good. You explained your fasting to your mom and she actually took it pretty well. And then I explained autophagy and how it can help with repairing skin. Awesome. Good for you. 120. Wow. Hi from Philadelphia. Hello, Philadelphia. My sister's a med student and backed me up when my mom called her. Oh, wow. Good. I'm glad. See? That's good though. That's really good to hear. I know some people don't take it very well. I just realized that my water bottle is covered in coffee. I spilled coffee in my car this morning and it got everywhere. Yes, that's very true. They'll see that you're healthier. A lot of people, I feel like, whenever you tell them about fasting and they like talk bad about it or whatever and you continue to do it and they start to see you losing weight and being healthier and making healthier choices, they're like, maybe they're onto something. I'm contemplating on doing 48-hour fast. The first I've gone is 24 hours. You can totally do it, Sandy. Try. See if you can do it. That'd be 2 days worth. Love my bottle. Feeling really good. Good. "44 hours in. Excited to eat soon." I feel you. Thank you. Aw. You don't have that support. That makes me sad. I'm fortunate that people, like, really, I didn't tell a lot of people what I was doing until they asked after they saw that I was starting to make progress, you know? A lot of my coworkers didn't even know what I was doing until I'd been doing it for a while and they started noticing I was losing weight. And then if we were doing things at work, like they were bringing in food or something like that, I'd just be like, oh, I can't eat. It's fasting day. You know, and then they started catching on to it because it's like, oh, she said it's fasting day, so she's not eating. I told some of my friends yesterday and one of them said what I'm doing is so unhealthy and it made me feel so awkward. They don't know the science behind it then. My husband doesn't like me doing ADF because he feels bad when he's eating and I'm not. I try to tell him if I'm hungry, I will eat. That's kind of what I say too. Like some people I feel bad eating in front of you, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm making this choice for myself. Don't feel bad. Yeah, I can't tell many people either because they criticize or say something discouraging. Yeah, they don't know the science behind it. Just logged in. How long is your fast? I'm not fasting today. Today's an eat day for me, but typically I go anywhere from 38. Well, actually, I ended at 41 hours today, I think. I didn't eat until lunchtime. I might be changing jobs soon, so I have a feeling I'll be around food a lot. Well, if that's the case, you kind of know that you can use fasting, as a thing. Like the last chapter in the book talked about. We change. There we go. I decided to crap out on me again. I started ADF and didn't tell my mom until a few fasting days in, and she freaked out. You got me started on ADF, came across you randomly as soon as I decided to lose 75 pounds. Oh, yay. I think my cat eats more than me now. I don't even want to bother explaining much or sharing what I'm doing anymore because fasting is such a sore subject for some. Totally. And that's why a lot of the times I don't tell people what I'm doing either. Like, they don't need to know my life. Look at that collarbone, though. Sorry, I just realized that. That's weird. I remember when I first started being able to see, my collarbone or, my pointy shoulders back here. Not as pointy as they used to be. That's because I've gained more muscle. But, yeah, it's weird. My hip bones, that's weird, too. Anyways, I'm working on reverse dieting while still doing ADF. I hope to repair my metabolism. Oh. Wow, collarbone goals. You don't have to tell them anything, just say you're calorie restricting. And then somebody might say, it's not good to calorie restrict because that can slow down your metabolism. See, there's no happiness in anybody. I feel like a lot of the times people talk down on certain dieting and eating strategies because they don't want to do it themselves. So they just feel like they have to talk it down. I'll just say I'm eating healthy. Yeah, there you go. You could say that too. Because it is a form of healthy eating. Lots of benefits. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we're going to start on chapter 5 today of the book, which talks about basically a path to healthier eating. You know how I always tell you guys, I totally have a different, a lot of different methods in the way of eating. We're so much, with this whole thing, I've always said you can eat what you want, and I still think that's very true, but they talk in this chapter a little bit more about low-carb, high-fat eating to help you get results faster with alternate day fasting, when we know from the very beginning I was not low-carb or high fats. I just counted my calories and still got all the results that I did. So that's what this next chapter is about. We talk about that in here. This is the last week. I don't know if this is going to work today. Guys, I don't know if this is going to work today because this is the second time this is frozen on me again for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It keeps freezing on me. I know, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why it keeps freezing up on me today. It's like my internet keeps going out or something. Is this like Simon Says? It's good right now. Okay, cool. Then let's go ahead and start talking about this chapter so that way I can get it in. And if it freezes again, we might have to go ahead and end this one early because I don't know what's going on with my internet today. And we're already 10 minutes into live, so maybe you could just post a summary. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So like I told you guys, and then if any comments or questions or anything pop up while I'm reading this, we know that I'll scroll through and read them at the very end. So basically, like what I was saying, this chapter is called Path to Healthier Eating, and they go over the things that you should eat. I say should lightly because everybody eats differently. We know that that's a big part of our group. Everybody can eat what they want type of feeling, you know. But they talk about mostly their idea to help you get the results faster with fasting would be to do low carb and high fats. Now, in the first chapter, or the first section of the chapter, I guess I should say, Eve talks about how she does this 90% of the time. So 90% of the time she's lower carb, higher fats, things like that. She talks about how, you know, doing that 90% of the time, she allows herself the other 10% of the time to eat the fast foods or the fried foods and the cakes and the cookies and stuff like that, which I think is a really good life. I mean, I probably do that more 85% of the time anymore. I'm not sure the dynamic, and I don't really care that much. You guys know this. But I do like her idea of saying, like, yes, I eat healthy this percent of the time, but I do still allow myself to have those days where I can eat those things that I still enjoy, which I like, you know. So she talks about how there were a couple of people, which this is kind of how I felt, I think, because, you know, I did it for so long where I didn't count carbs, I didn't count macros, I didn't count any of them, you know, or anything like that. But she says that there are a couple people that a couple clients, I guess you could say, who didn't feel that they had to eat that and they could eat whatever they wanted. And these people, more than likely, they only ate once or twice a day and never after a certain time, but they still were able to eat the things that they wanted to, and they just like would skip breakfast or whatever. So basically she's saying that some people can do that and then some people's bodies just don't allow them to. So that's why we say it's always different for everybody, because it is always different for everybody. We know that, you know. For example, for me, over 2.5 years or for 2 years, I guess we should just say 2 years, I did not count anything but my calories, and we know that. So um she does say, in the long run, if you want to get the best results for you or the fastest results for you, to go ahead or to stick with the high and healthy fat and low carb way of eating if you want to get the results fastest. And so then it goes into Megan's. Hello, I see you. Science is clear. The ability to lose weight, all the health complaints that may surround it, including cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, strokes, metabolic syndrome, PCOS, and more, signal a hormonal instability. The foods you choose to eat may raise your blood sugar and insulin levels, inhibiting fat burning and suppressing your body's ability to signal when it's full. Fasting is going to help with those problems. So, basically, oh God. Guys, could you do me a favor, please? Let's see. Basically, she's saying that, you know, what you do put on your plate will help you with fasting. And then they give some examples, of course, in here too, talking about the carbs and stuff that you should eat. Really, they want you to stay away from a lot of carbs and do very low carb. Let's see here. There's no set definition of what is low carb. Every diet plan will tell you something different. A liberal low carb diet is generally consisted of 50 to 100 grams of carbs a day. A moderate low carb is between 21 and 50 grams. And a strict keto diet is 20 grams or less. They don't recommend counting carbs obsessively, though. Not only is it time consuming, it also makes you focus more on numbers and the quality of food you are eating. So that is very true. They do want you to focus on, you know, basically what you're eating. Making sure you're eating healthier. Don't focus so much on the numbers, which is, I agree with, you know. Oh, goodness. Yeah, guys, sorry, I was reporting those comments, which is why I stopped talking there a second. But anyways, moving on. So that's kind of what they talked about with the whole if you want to count your carbs type of diet ways. And then they also give some examples in here of things to avoid, certain carbs to avoid, like candies and donuts, you know, things that make sense. Let's see here. White bread, cooked pasta, cooked rice was one of them as well. Potatoes, beans, fruits like berries, strawberries, raspberries are typically fine. Avoid other fruits. So it's just some things that I'm kind of like, well, I still want to eat those things, so I'm going to allow myself to eat them. So it's just kind of suggestions in this chapter. So I'm not allowed to block these people, guys. I can't even like see it. So like it doesn't even let me block them. I can just report them. I wonder these users' messages will be hidden. Oops. Okay, hold on. Hide user. If I start a new live, they would just go back to it. Or they would just find it again. I'm reporting them, but it's still not making them, like, go away. I can just hide their comments and go from there. I think that's all of them anyway. That's why, see, you know, I ignore them, guys, but ignoring them doesn't make them, like, go away. You know what I mean? Like, they're still gonna sit there and try to say stuff because whatever. I'm hiding their comments, so that could be why. Tiffany, we just had, like, I don't know if you remember on my live video, like, around the first time that I started doing it, we had, like, a group of 3 or 4 guys that came on here and was just, like, spamming the page, saying to wear a hijab and stuff like that, so, they're just being inappropriate. So, yeah, I think I got rid of them, reported them, and I blocked their comments so they can't be seen, but I think, yeah, anyway. Should be good. We should be good. I think they're gone. I'm not seeing anything else pop up by them anyway. So yeah, personally, I don't think I could give up my carbs either, which is one thing that I like about fasting is that you can still eat them. What they're saying is suggesting, to me, from what I understand from this chapter in general, is that they're suggesting that you cut down your carbs to go low carb so that way you'll see quicker results. But personally, I, you know, like, I personally ate as many carbs as I did during the beginning and still lost all the weight that I did. So I think that it varies on some people. Like they say in here, some people can't even look at a carb without, you know, like having the negative effects from it or whatever. But to me, it didn't really bother me and I, you know, still ate them. So that's why I say this chapter is kind of weird for me just because they talk about, just because, yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought there. Um, let's see here. They talk about the glycemic index and the glycemic load, which I really don't want to go into this because it's a lot of words that go together. Basically talking about how to determine what the glycemic index is of your food, so that way you know if it'll raise your blood sugar and stuff like this. So they go into that as well. They talk about foods that contain a glycemic load of 10 or less are great for incorporating into your meals whenever you're doing fasting. So things like carrots, nuts, meats and seafoods, berries, plain yogurt and cheeses. are low glycemic or whatever, so they can help you while fasting. And then they talk about the importance of fats, how we grew up thinking that fat was demonized, dietary fat was demonized. Most people believe that foods containing high amount of fat made you gain weight, so butter, cheese, oils, eggs, red meats, and anything greasy was off limits if you cared anything about your health. This is something that had been around since the 60s. They talked about how it clogs your arteries, and they're saying that fat raises, or people believe that across the board, fat raises your cholesterol levels. Cholesterol clogs your arteries. Clogged arteries lead to heart attacks. Heart attacks kill. That's been the wisdom since the 60s. And there are two types of fat, saturated and unsaturated. But they actually did a study in 2005 with 235 women who determined that the ones eating the most saturated fat saw a regression in their blockages over the women who ate less fat. So basically they're saying that fats are not as bad for you as we have been taught to believe over time. And you can find your best sources of fat in meat, like beef, pork, lamb, game, or poultry. You can eat the fat on the meat and skin on the chicken. Try to choose grass-fed meat as it contains for your hormones, which is something I've actually been trying to do recently, is get better meat from like the meat department, things like that, where it's more grass-fed, natural, no hormones type of meat. It's a little bit more expensive, which is always kind of a drag for me because, I don't really have a lot of money. So I try to do the best that I can with the resources that I have. Fish and seafood, any kind of salmon, or any kind, but especially salmon, sardines, and herring. They contain so many omega-3 fatty acids. Eggs, you can use coconut oil, olive oil, butter, avocado oil, and beef tallow, which are healthy options for fats for cooking. Dairy, choose full-fat dairy, yogurts, unprocessed cheese. Nuts, macadamia nuts, pine, Brazil, walnuts, and almonds. Avoid peanuts and cashews. I'm curious as to why they say avoid peanuts and cashews. I don't know what's the difference in those. If anybody knows, let me know. And then healthy fruits would be olives and avocados, which I had no idea an avocado was a fruit. I don't know if that's dumb. I didn't know. I never thought about it, I guess. Eat berries no more than once a day, it says, which is something else I don't quite understand too. But that's like some of the healthier fats or whatever that you can eat that aren't bad for you. Let's see, ketosis and fasting. Ketosis is a state where the body stops burning glucose and starts burning fat. That's what we hit after 12 hours of fasting. And then we hit heavy ketosis after 16 hours, I think. I can't remember exactly what it is. But it also says here, oh, let me see here. It is a perfectly normal metabolic process that happens during fasting after approximately 24 hours without food. Okay. There's some confusion between ketosis and fat adaptation. So this is kind of what I have been feeling like as well. Kind of something that I was talking to Ian about too, and this is about fat adaptation, which is something that I personally just learned about. Fat adaptation is a process that happens after at least 4 weeks of ketosis. It's the end of your period of transition into a low-carb diet. During fasting adaptation, your body is fully acclimated to burning only fat. You no longer crave carbs, and you tend to get fuller, faster, and stay that way long, which is something that I've kind of noticed recently since I've been more carb conscious, watching, the things that I do eat. Like I do the 0-carb breads, the low-carb breads, things like that. If I do eat bread, I am watching more of the grain and stuff that I'm eating as well. So it's I've kind of wondered if I'm, also kind of becoming more fat adapted. It says when you eat carbs, you don't spike your blood sugar the way you used to. The blood sugar returns to a normal state more quickly, and your body may be even fat adapted without you knowing it. So, other diet considerations. A good diet while fasting is all about balance. A person shouldn't add fat to a meal thinking it won't matter. If you put extra butter on your pork chop, just because you know that eating fat can be healthy, or don't put extra butter on your pork chop just because you know that eating fat can't be healthy. Yes, the fat in the pork chop is good, but the fat in the butter, as is the fat in the butter, but your body doesn't need the extra. Your body won't burn extra fat just because it exists. No, you're right, Heather. That's kind of what they're talking about in here is, let's see. They're talking about doing more of the low carb, higher fats to help you see results faster, basically, is how I understand it. This is not something that I follow, so, you know. I am carb conscious, but I don't change it, and all that stuff. Let's see here. Vegetables should be a part of your meals. Add them liberally and try a variety. So, different types of vegetables. I love eggplant. If you guys have, like, any eggplant recipes, let me know, because I really love eggplant. Let's see here. Some examples of vegetables they give are vegetables that grow above the ground, including cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, collards, bok choy, spinach, asparagus, zucchini, eggplant, mushrooms, cucumbers, onions, peppers, and leafy greens, including lettuce. They're full of vitamins and minerals your body needs, and they're super low in carbs. Eat avocados and olives liberally. They're loaded with healthy fats. I love avocados. Consume berries no more than once a day when you're craving for food. By the way, did that other person's messages get taken down? Because I also hid him from the channel. So I'm hoping that went away. Okay, cool. I feel like it was the same people or the same person that just logged onto a different like account to come back and try harassing us again. Stay away from processed sugar and processed foods. They say no candies, no candy, cookies, chips, or sodas. If you look at packaging and see that something has dozens of ingredients, don't eat it. Choose fresh, healthy ingredients whenever possible and drink plenty of water when you're first thirsty. We often mistake thirst for hunger, so keep water in hand at all times. Staying hydrated will help keep hunger pangs away. Which I do agree that keeping or drinking water keeps hunger pangs away. But this is just, like I said, this chapter was kind of weird to me in a way, or not weird to me, I guess, but I just want you guys to know that this is just suggestions on how to eat. They say this is how you will see the best results, or the best results the quickest. It's not necessarily how you have to do it, because I did not do this for 2 years and I still was able to lose as much weight as I did. So if you're wanting to lose it quicker, then they say follow the low carb, healthy fat type of way of eating, but you don't have to. And I want to, really make sure that you guys know that. But that was the end of the chapter. I know it was kind of random and all over the place. I'm so sorry somebody came on here, or was that 5 people that came on here? And, came through and were messaging crappy things. So, let's see here. I'm going to go back up and read some of these messages. I feel my body responds better when I eat carbs. If you cut it out, your body plateaus. Man, my fast was going great until we all started talking about carbs. I'm basically focusing on low GI foods too for my insulin resistance to reverse PCOS. Learning so much. Yes. That's very true. I feel like people who have those health concerns and stuff like that definitely follow the, whatever the plan in the book if you want to. Personally, I didn't have any health issues or anything like that, so I was able to eat how I wanted and stuff like that as well. Yes, I was skipping fasting days. Dr. Burke is a good one. He's actually got a video, oh, cool. Nut butter. Basically, they're not nuts. Okay. Let's see here. Sorry, I was looking at all these messages. Ethan McCready. The thing is, I thought I remember seeing him in this video and commenting and, like, asking questions and stuff like that. The name looks so familiar. A peanut is a, like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. Member of the bean family. I'm trying to find a balance that is sustainable. Guten Tag, how's everyone? I wish I liked avocados, but I just don't. Oh, wow. I love avocados. I had one for breakfast this morning with salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes, and it was delicious. Yeah, they're hacking other. Oh, okay. We will let that happen. I don't think so. They're saying it was in the name. Yeah. I'm 40 hours in my 72-hour fast and it's a hard time falling asleep last night. Any recommendations? I wish I had a better answer for this. This is one that people ask me all the time, but I never really have issues sleeping during my fasting time. But I do know some people say to drink water before bed to kind of help for whatever reason. Hello. It's okay that you're a little late. We already went over the chapter of the book though, I'm sorry. And we had a bunch of like trolls come onto the page and yelling inappropriate things. So that was fun. His water is hitting the spot right now though. But anyways, guys, that's the 5th chapter of the book. Kind of giving you an idea. The chapter we'll go over next will be prepare to think about food differently. And I haven't read this chapter yet. I know some people, like, I've been really bad. I used to be the biggest bookworm. You can hear me struggling with my book cover. I used to read, like, a Harry Potter book a day. I finished the 5th Harry Potter book in a day. Or it was, no, okay, I finished Twilight in a day. Yeah, I read Twilight. Who didn't? But, yeah, I'm having a hard time getting through this book. Many are going on in my life right now. That's for sure. So I haven't really had any time to read this chapter yet. This is the next one that I'll read. And I'll go over the notes and everything for it too. So Rachel, do you drink anything else during fasting days besides coffee and water? I don't. Well, I do drink the bubbly sparkling water occasionally if we have it, but I really stick to just coffee and water. I've been trying to cut back on my some of the certain drinks that I was drinking because of it breaking my autophagy. So the sparkling ice waters, which I absolutely love. I'll drink those on a eat day, but I'm not going to drink them on a fasting day anymore. So you left one of my cooler. Oh, good. Hee hee. Hi, Hannah. But I've been trying just to cut back on certain drinks that have like artificial sweeteners in them that can break an autophagy. So hello there. Do you own Avia activewear? I don't. I own Yvette activewear. When replying your video, how can you see comments? Sometimes it's easier to understand when you answer a question and don't read comment. I personally, whenever I look at my phone, I can see them like pop up on my screen, but I don't know what it's like on a computer. I feel like it's on, isn't it on like the left side of the page? Celeste, you change your name to Sweepy. Ever to go without food, I found it helpful to drink hot herbal tea with stevia. There you go. I think I'm all caught up on questions. Oh, when the video is no longer live, you can't see the comments. I didn't know that. Yes, but I'm not seeing live. If I miss a video and go back, I watch it. I didn't know that. I don't really have a goal weight anymore. My goal is just to be happy and healthy, you know, just because with me lifting weights and lifting heavy, my weight is going to change. So I can't set a goal weight for myself anymore. Oh. We can see the comments on the YouTube website at least. Yeah, you can click live chat on old video. On YouTube you can replay and see the oh, okay. I guess you can see them. I've never done it before. I've never go back and watch old live videos. I used to watch a gamer who played Fortnite at work, and I would have his live chat on. Like, he would play for like 8 hours and record it all. And then I would go back and I would like watch him play Fortnite as I was at work. So will you continue ADF forever, or will you stop one day? I probably won't do it forever. I'll probably stop one day, but it's always going to be there for me to go back to. Right now, I don't have any plans of stopping though. I like doing what I do, and um, you know, I can maintain my weight and not worry about it that way. So, you know. Was it difficult at the start of ADF to go straight into 36 hours? Well, it wasn't, hold on. And they pop over at the same time, so if I miss Rachel's session, I catch up later and can see live chats. Oh, okay. Was it difficult at the start of ADF to go straight? Well, I didn't necessarily go straight into 36 hours. My first week, I did 500 calories on my fasting days, and then the week after that, I was able to go without it, without any calories. So, you know, that second week, it really wasn't a struggle for me. I don't know why I got used to it as fast as I did. Hello from Greece. I'm 57 and overweight and was. Yes, welcome. I'm so excited to go outside and run after this. And was want to start, but I am so intimidated. Don't be intimidated by it. I think a lot of people are scared because there's a lot of information out there. There's good stories and there's bad ones that people talk about too. But in all honesty, I've seen so many good things happen from fasting, and you know, it changed my life. So it's really, you know, how you need to take it for yourself. If I suggest any reading material so far, it would definitely be this one. It definitely tells you, you know, how to start, things like that, and gives you some examples and things. All the benefits behind it are in this book, and that way you can actually hold those benefits in your hand and see them, if that makes sense. For some reason, the lives are so motivating. It's like talking friends. I agree completely. I'm in my second week of 336, and this week does seem easier. Hey, that's so exciting. Somebody posted in our 95-day fasting group on Facebook. There's a plug for you if you're not part of the group. How to, or like different forms of fasting, and one of them, I don't know what page it was on. They talked about the 36 hours. I don't know where it was though. You can do 40, I think it was like 42 hours or 36 hours, and then there was a 72 hours something. It was a page that somebody posted. They talk about it. It's been 2 weeks. I'm doing ADF. I don't see much of a difference. At some point, did you feel the same when you wait? At some point, did you feel the same when you started over doing it? Yeah, I mean, I didn't really notice a difference in myself for a really long time, but you also see yourself every day. Think about that. You know, you look at yourself every day in the mirror. So seeing the changes in yourself are going to be a lot harder compared to not seeing somebody for a long period of time and then seeing somebody after a period of time. They'll notice things in you. Like last time I saw my friend Hannah, I could tell that she lost some weight, and it'd been a little bit since I'd seen her. And, you know, like people notice those things about you whenever you don't see them every day. So put that into consideration too, you know. I started 16.8 in the past and was successful, but I've gained back the weight since I am emotionally eating. Emotional eating is very hard to overcome. Don't you overeat after the fasting days? I don't overeat after my fasting days. I always stay right where I need to be on my calories, mostly because of the kinds of food that I'm eating. If you eat certain types of food that are going to fill you up, for example, those proteins that I constantly talk about, I know I talk about that a lot, but that's going to fill you up a lot more than eating something that's an empty calorie. So making sure you're eating the right kind of foods will help you get through your fasting day. And not only that, it'll help fill you up on your eat day so that you're not overeating in the long run. I followed your advice in detail regarding the fasting. I started Saturday. This morning when I checked my weight, I was shocked to see that I lost 6 pounds. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. A couple years ago, I went 5 weeks fasting 72 hours a time. I lost about 3 pounds a week and felt good, except I experienced bad hair loss. Did you experience any hair loss? I didn't experience hair loss with my alternate day fasting. The reason that you might have experienced hair loss is that kind of sounds like it was a big shock to your body and you were losing weight really quickly. So that might be why. I've also heard too, I think Tiffany Reed in here talks about how she experienced hair loss, but she thinks it might have been the types of food that she was eating too. So those are a couple of things that could have been what it was for you. Best regards from Wales, UK. Well, hello. I want to go to the United Kingdom so bad. I want to go over on the other side of the globe so bad. Everywhere over there. Really bad. If I could like spend a year going like everywhere over there, I totally would. I definitely think hair loss was related to lack of nutrients. Yeah. That's kind of what I heard, you know. No amount of hair, skin, and nail vitamins was going to help. Interesting. True, I wasn't eating the best on my eat day, so it makes sense. That could very well be it then. Oof. I know one of my coworkers, or old coworkers, I guess I should say, was doing something that her doctor, some kind of pills or something that her doctor gave her, and all of her hair like fell out. It was for weight loss, and all of her hair fell out in like chunks, and she had to get it cut really short. It was kind of surprising. You should spend a year in Germany. I wish. Und du kannst dein Deutsch über und Ian kann auch Deutsch lernen. He actually took some German too. I actually have a couple German books. I need to brush back up on it. I need to learn it again. For sure. Ooh, my hair loss wasn't that well, that's good. It's a funny thing, I mean, Ian and I have been listening to Germany's top 50 on Spotify, and we actually really like the music, and half of it's of course in German, and we're just like, yeah, German music. It's so funny. I find it very hard to be low carb because to me carbs are food in general, but I'm trying to eat less carbs. Really what I do is I just kind of look at the back of my packaging and see what the carb count is, subtract the dietary fiber, and that's going to be your net carbs. It does take some time, but really don't think and don't focus too much on it. Tiffany, the only German song I know is Du hast. Du hast mich. I love Rammstein. So really, you know, you could do cauliflower rice in place of rice, things like that. But like I said, don't pressure yourself too much into not eating carbs because carbs are still food, you know? It took me a long time to kind of start being more carb conscious, and that was just because it was a choice of mine to really start doing that. OMG. I've always wanted to go to Germany, also Ireland. Me too. I want to go to, let's see, Scotland and Ireland and all of the places. Great song. Is that a German band? It is a German band. Have you heard of maybe, I don't know, I'd have to look. YouTube it later and watch it with a video on. I'm gonna write it down. I'll make Ian and I have homework. Dude, what's the song called? I was supposed to be in Ireland in March, but the COVID happened. Girl, I was supposed to be in Oregon in June. Well, no, March. End of March. We're probably gonna end up pushing that back and doing something small. We'll see. My first day of fasting, feeling good so far, but my stomach is growling and hands feel dry. Your hands feel dry? That's interesting. I've never heard of that one before. Your stomach is growling. Have you tried water to see if that helps? Usually the stomach growling will go away after a while. I've tried so hard to do alternate day and I can only make it for about 24 hours, then I feel the need to eat. Any suggestions so I can go any longer? When you say you feel the need to eat, is it just because you feel hunger, or do you feel sick and shaky and like you're going to pass out? Because you can think of it this way. The hunger pains you're feeling is just your body burning fat. So if you feel hungry, just picture your body burning fat, and that kind of can help maybe motivate you to keep going. Organ is cool. Water and will get better over time. No snacking either. Oh, I spent 5 months in the south of France. They eat very intuitively. Yeah, I just want to go to Europe and just travel. Gosh, that was one thing that was really getting me down about this whole, COVID thing was thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to do any of those experiences now. And that's just, even though it's right now, it's just scary, I want to be able to travel and go places. It growls because it's used to receiving food at certain times, so that helped me drink water and tough it out for a few days. So what helped me is to drink water and tough it out for a few days. Okay, there you go. Okay, thanks. I'll drink more water. Can I slice lemon into my water? Yes, lemon will help. I've been wondering about lemon water myself. That's why I got this big old water bottle, so I could throw stuff like that in here and not have to ruin my Brita. Now I'm getting cold. I was warm. Oh dear. Yeah, if it's really, really bad, please listen to your body and eat. You've been freezing all morning, working from home today. Hi Rachel, wanted to ask you something that I'm getting to hear from my close people, that I look weak. Due to COVID, I haven't done a physical, but have you ever felt that IF makes you look weak? I do have some people, I wouldn't say I looked weak, but some people were really concerned about like the dark circles under my eyes in the wintertime. Well, my family in general has a lot of dark circles under their eyes. I think it's a genetic thing, but I also live in a place where it's colder a lot more than not, and I just have always had dark circles under my eyes. It's just something I've always had. You have dark circles, which you didn't before. Oh, well, I've always had dark circles under my eyes. That could be an iron deficiency. One reason that I know I didn't lack an iron deficiency or anything like that is because when I went to the doctor and had my blood work done, everything came back perfect. So that was just something I've always had, was dark circles. Yeah, but that was another question too I was going to ask, which Tiffany actually beat me to. Have you had trouble sleeping since starting? Do I take vitamins? I don't take any vitamins. The vitamins I do take are B complex, and I think I'm taking elderberry capsules right now. A couple of things for just immunity during this time. I do keto for pain, not weight loss. I know some people do have to do that. Girl, you need to start taking a multivitamin. I don't like taking vitamins. Usually I don't. Like the ones that I'm taking right now, I'm only taking just because of this going on outside and I want to help my immune system, but I don't like taking vitamins in general. I know I'm weird. Tiffany, I used to be sleeping the day and I'm not anymore, but my night sleep is disturbed. Me neither. Why I take gummies. See, I don't do the gummies. I would rather take the pills. How did it go to do cardio on your fasting day? I actually ended up changing it up yesterday. I forgot to tell you guys that I was planning on fasting today as well, yesterday and today, but I looked over my calendar and the events and social things that I have coming up, I needed to kind of change my schedule a little bit. So I just continued to fast yesterday and I made it a lifting day for me, and then today would be my cardio day. So I'm changing it up because of the things that I have going on in the next couple of weeks on my weekends. Changing my schedule this way as well. I'll also be on an eat day on my wedding day, which of course I was going to be eating on my wedding day anyway. Hannah's going to make sure that I eat on my wedding day. Hannah, make sure Ian and I eat on my wedding day, because Ian doesn't even think he's going to eat on the wedding day. I don't know why. But anyway, so I just changed it up for a couple things. I'm not getting well rested tonight. Hannah's my gummy buddy. Good point. Thank you for pointing that out to me. My back is super sore though. I was able to do 100 and how much was my deadlift last night? 105 pounds on a deadlift, and I did that last night. So that was kind of cool. That was a little bit up. I look at it as I paid for all this food, I'm gonna eat it. Yes, for sure. I mean, and we're doing pasta. Like, come on. Eek, I missed almost the whole thing. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, hi, Kimberly. What else did I do? I upped my weights on some things. Bye, Hannah. You were not here very long. Or I guess you were, probably. I feel ya. Have fun. Yeah, same. I hate wasting food too, and I think that was kind of a big struggle for me too on my eat days, is I felt like if I wasn't going to finish everything that I had, then I would waste food. Hello. I know I have a meeting. That's okay. I'll forgive you this time. I also gotta try on all my Shein clothes still. If you were to fast today, would you break tomorrow, or how many hours would you fast? Well, I'm not fasting now. So I wouldn't fast today at all. But I mean, I'll start fasting tonight after dinner, of course, and then I'll go for my regular 38 to 40 hours, which it's been more 40 hours recently, than anything. Hello, Mar. I am planning on doing another 72-hour fast next month though, guys. I'm going to make an event on my Facebook page and share it to our group page, but it is planned to start the night of the 21st of June and go until that Wednesday evening, or I might actually go until the Thursday morning. That's the week before my wedding. It's the weekend after my birthday, and I want to get in a 72-hour fast next month as well. So that's kind of the next plan. So if you guys are wanting to try to attempt to do another 72-hour fast with me, I'm going to make an event and everything on the page for it. The next don't worry about it. I'll probably be back on the regular schedule soon, or like going back to where I normally am, because I was like, man, I didn't want to switch up my schedule, but at the same time I had to switch things around for it to align right with my schedule. Yeah, the next live stream will be tomorrow at 3 Central Standard Time. Go back an hour from now, basically. I need to lose weight because I'm getting bullied. I'm only 13. They always call me pig, saying I can't run. I'm trying to end it my fast, but honey, you're too young to... I'm worried about you because you're only 13 and you feel like you should be losing weight, and that's not good. I don't want you to feel that way. You're still very young. I want to do that with you, but since I'm only doing IDEA for 1 month, do you think it's safe? I would wait a little bit longer to do it. You know, Angela, because you haven't been doing it very long. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I'm just curious, to your knowledge, is it easy for most people to be successful with ADF and she's achieved the level of success that you have? Well, for example, Tiffany Reed here, she lost a bunch of weight doing it as well, and I think she followed my method, as far as I know, as much as she could anyway, until she had some things happen too. So, on the group, we've seen some really cool successes too. People who have done it for a month and they're seeing result or, you know, weight loss and things like that too. So I do think that there are people that are definitely having successes. They might not just be as public about it as I am, you know, sharing my story and stuff like that. But in our group on Facebook, people are sharing their weight loss and stuff like that, which is really cool. Maybe, let's see, Tiffany says, maybe you should take up running as a hobby and losing weight would be a positive effect than you were just trying to be a when you were just trying to be a better runner. So is there a way for me to lose weight or not? I don't feel comfortable giving an advice to a young person. I'm so sorry because I don't want to tell you something and it come back and not be good for you mentally. I mean, there are some things that you might be able to do differently. It just kind of depends on, you know, like the exercise level and stuff that you're doing. Too. I know, but you are young. I was the same way that you are when you were 13, Mar. I had the exact same problem and I was bullied and people didn't like me and I was very clumsy and stuff like that as well. And it does get better. You are still very young though, and as you get older, it'll be okay. I can't say I had as good a success, but I didn't count my calories every day like she did, but I lost 40 pounds before my wedding. Yeah, that's still a lot though. Honestly, if she's really at an unhealthy weight, then I'd suggest healthy eating and exercise. But maybe not fasting. Yeah. Just be yourself. Keep exercising, walking, make new friends. Please don't fast. You are young and awesome. Enjoy life. Yes. Yeah, see these people that are kind of giving advice here for your girl, they say, you know, like I was very overweight, I need to lose weight, so I ate healthy and did cardio and walking and lost weight, but keep in mind you are still growing. Your body is still growing. I would not suggest for you to do intermittent fasting yet. Yeah, or boy, girl or boy. Yeah, definitely. I would not suggest fasting for you. You're very, very young. I wouldn't suggest fasting for a lot of people under a certain age. Okay, good. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of today's video. I know it was kind of like weird and the chapter wasn't very long, but tomorrow's chapter is going to be a lot longer. And I still got to read it. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. And we'll see you guys then. Same time as normal. It's already Wednesday. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow and have a good day. And I'm going to go run. Talk to you guys later. Bye.